Hello guys, and welcome to another day with ZIMALETA. In today's video we're going to attempt to start this tractor here. It had various amount of problems, probably still has them. One of them being that the belt needed to be replaced, but the main issue is it's got a starting issue. So it cranks but will not start. It starts up and then it dies, and then it cranks, it doesn't want to start out, starts out and it dies. So part of the reason that it might be doing is because the valves need to be adjusted, but the most common one that's going on is usually you're gonna need, your fuel tank is going to be contaminated, sometimes with the actual rubber pieces that break off from the actual this lid right here. We're just gonna go ahead and actually remove it. I've actually removed that rubber piece that was here. This was causing the seal to be made over here, and basically because it's the type of materials that it's made is biodegradable, so it started already degrading because this was actually built back in 2004. So small pieces of rubber was basically falling down into the fuel tank. It's actually really easy to miss, and it was clogging up the fuel line. Now one of my kids actually removed this fuel tank, and so he actually cleaned it. So now we're going to go ahead and actually inspect our fuel filter here, because possibly it is actually still clogged up. We're gonna have to inspect this fuel line, see if any air, if we could actually see any light through it. That's gonna be important because a lot of times these fuel lines will also biodegrade, and they will actually become swollen on the inside and cause very little to no fuel to actually go down the fuel line. So if that's happening, then obviously your tractor is not going to be starting. So let's go ahead and actually attempt to remove this fuel line here and see if we could actually see any rubber pieces. So we would probably need like a clear container so we could actually observe to see what's going on. I want to be able to see what kind of contaminants we have in this fuel. Oh, look at that, guys. This is really bad. So immediately we could see that this was the problem that was actually going on. Problems in the fuel line. So we're gonna need to determine whether this fuel line is safe worthy or not. So let's go ahead and actually pull this off and see if we could actually observe any air going through it, if we need to actually replace it, or we could just simply clean it up. So it also has that stuff in there as well. Now I could see, even though this pipe is bent, I can see light at the end of the tunnel, I guess we could say. So what I'm gonna attempt to do is I'm just gonna basically do a cleaning method. I decided a good way to clean the hoses would be just with compressed air. So I've got myself this here, because I don't know where my blower is at. I just basically twisted the male and female together. So let's see if this actually will fit into the line. Seems like it fits okay right here. So we're just gonna simply, so that's going to clean it up really good. So we're gonna need to remove this fuel filter. Gonna need to also clean it up. We will need to replace it. Bought one yet, so yeah, it definitely has contaminants inside of it as well. So this fuel filter here, it is actually completely contaminated. It will need to be replaced. and see if we have any debris. Yeah, I could definitely see light going through here. So we're gonna have to clean this one up as well. Now we're gonna basically hook this one up. So maybe this is gonna be a good tip for you guys. Here, the compressed air leaves nothing behind. So this should be good. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and actually install some of these fuel lines right back and where we actually find them. So we're gonna have to insert this clamp. So we're gonna stick it right over here like that in this direction, and then go ahead and actually install the clamp. So things are pretty good. I'm gonna twist this clamp around, that way it's gonna be easy to actually install it. So let's go ahead and actually install the fuel filter. There is an arrow that's pointing where the fuel is going to be traveling, so the air is pointed this way, so we will need to twist it around, insert it on here. Just be careful not to break your fuel line. So looks like I need to push this a little bit back because this is a long one. So this is good enough. We will go ahead and actually pull this forward. Go ahead and lock it up over here. You can actually push it all the way through. It's just it is kind of long and the lines are kind of dry. We haven't lubricated them to actually do any more than that. And this is the fuel line here to the actual fuel tank. So the fuel tank sits in here like so. So we're gonna go ahead and actually install this fuel line first. And go ahead and actually put the clamp right on it. There you go. Get it through there. And here we go. Now, probably a good idea to get it past that little metal plate and go ahead and actually insert it over here. You could lubricate this and then it's going to be going forward a lot easier. And we'll just leave that right there. So that should be pretty good. So the fuel is actually, we're actually gonna need to pour some fuel inside over here and go ahead and try to start it up. So we do have fuel, but before we put it in, we need to go ahead and actually lock this in place. It does uses these very long type of zip ties. Most likely this is not going to be long enough. Extend it by using another one. It's very similar. Go ahead and actually insert that. And here we go. I actually put my fuel inside of this oil can. Makes things a little bit easier. Fuel already has traveled all the way here. So this tractor, we did change its fuel filter. we did clean out the lines, we did clean out the fuel tank, just charged up the battery, installed it, and we got a new belt installed. So now important question is, well, let's start.
Well, looks like it's a success. We do have a running tractor. I wish you guys good luck with your tractor. If you have any issues with your Troy-Bilt tractor, please check out some more of these videos on this Troy-Bilt tractor and some of the common issues from it not starting and other things. I really appreciate you guys. Please subscribe and hit a like on this video. And I hope you guys come back for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
My name is Serge ZIMALETA. I'm 37 years old. And yes, I experienced success after buying my first home for cash. Back in 2011, I was broke, but I learned to solve problems on my own. Now, I'm helping others to solve their problems. I know what pitfalls to avoid to stay profitable in business. Need motivation to be more successful in your life? Do you have Sprinter, Expedite, or business problems? Then subscribe. Let's find creative solutions to your problems. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my helpful videos.